and welcome along and welcome back to Spruce Mountain Farms. Today, the first job we're going to be doing is getting rid of some silage. We're going to be selling some silage off down here at the animal market. This is because, as you can see in the top right, we have completely run out of money. And in fact, it stopped our harvesting last night because we ended up a little bit short and we're unable to complete that. So we are just going to reverse this up here, get these emptied, and this should give us about 20,000. I think we'll be fairly well off as far as getting the silage finished today. We do have today and 2 more days to get the cotton done. So as soon as we get the cotton finished today, well, as soon as we get the silage finished today, we'll get started on the cotton. We'll get all of that cut and get that out. And there we are. That is emptied. 20,000 harvest income plus plus 2,500 in environmental score. So 22,500 ish off there, which is really good. And 22,483 in the bank. We should be able to get this all done, and so we'll head off to the field and get started on the maize again. Back down to field 5C, and it shouldn't take us too long to clear this off this morning, I think. We've only got a few rows left on here, and as soon as we've done that, we'll take another load of silage down to the animal market, get that sold. That'll give us enough money to hire the cotton harvester, and we can get stuck into field 8. And let's jump in here, get this going. Oh, it currently has no course. Oh, because we were doing this on a hired worker. So like that. I think that's a little short of fuel, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. I don't think it's massively short or is going to be causing us an immediate issue. But you can see from up here that we don't have a massive amount left on this field. We've probably got a couple of loads in the trailer to finish this off. So we'll clear this off and we'll go raise a little bit more cash. And then we'll go and grab ourselves a harvester. Just over 2 rows done, and we're getting fairly full. You can see it's coming into this, and the harvester is struggling to fill this up. Well, nice things about just keeping going along there is eventually you do get to 100% full. But yeah, 65,270 litres in, and we still have... Wow, I think we actually have probably another 2 trailers after this, based on how much we've just had come off that field. So yeah, we've got more here than I expected. We'll top up the silo as always, and then we'll get the rest of this into the clamp afterwards. Looks like all of this actually is going to go in the silo. Well, it must be fairly empty now that we've emptied out some of the stuff from it. Oh yeah, the chaff is still a little bit of space there, but we've emptied out a big wad of silage from it. So as a result, we've ended up with quite a bit of space in the silo to fill up, which is not a bad thing. It's quite nice to get stuff into the silo. We've got... our silage clamp at some point we're going to have to level off and get covered. So the more we can get into the silage silo, the easier that is, and then we can deal with the clamp a bit later. Even with the larger header on this machine and the larger horsepower on this machine, it's still taken us 3.5 days to get all of our maize cut and gathered in, which is immense. I mean, that's still a huge amount of time to get all of this done. I'm amazed, if you excuse the pun, at how long it's taken, and just the thought that we'd be going into November again to try and get all of this done is crazy otherwise. It's been really good having this bigger harvester, and I'm glad I made the choice last time or last year to do this and get rid of the harvester we had, get a power boost and a header boost this year to get things coming in quicker. Yes, we've spent a long time doing this, but we are in the final stages of it now, and we have a massive silage harvest off here again this year, which is brilliant. I'm just really pleased. Things are going so well on here. We are at that point pretty much where the farm is just going to keep growing and growing and growing. However, I think my original estimate of 2 trailers is probably going to be more accurate. We're coming up to the end of the second trailer. We are at about 90% full, and we're on the final row. So there'll be a smidge at the end of this row to come and collect and tip. So we might just go and tip that into the silo, given there's a little bit of space in there. Actually, no, I'm going to top up the silo with this, and then whatever we have left at the end, we will put into the clamp. But this is just topping off, and then there we are. 100% and a tiny bit left to go on this field. So having emptied our trailer, we'll grab our last little bit off this field. And yeah, this is not going to be much. I'd be amazed if there's more than 25% full on this trailer off here. I mean, it'd be good to have 25% full, but I think that's going to be pushing it. And yeah, that will then give us a good idea of exactly how well we've done off here. I think we've done really, really well off here. We've only filled one of the silage clamps because we've only really need 2, and we've been able to put everything on there. It will mean that that can be sold off over a longer period and through our own BGA, which will make more money over the long term, which is great news. And if we need that extra bit of cash, we can easily do it from the fermenting silo instead. That has finished work. So we'll just jump in here and put all of this away. Oh wow, it's really, really low on fuel. I think we should get this back to the farm as quickly as possible before it conks out, because that's properly in the red and just a little bit worrying. I don't want to put a massive amount of fuel in it. It needs a clean, and it needs a sorting from that side, but otherwise looks like, yeah, all in all it's in fairly good nick. So I'm quite happy with that. 2.8 hours coming in at just under 3 hours on this is brilliant. We want to get this parked up before it hits that 3 hour mark, because obviously that will cost us a whole load more. We've got the Claus was doing the mulching, and that has finished off that, so we can get that down now to 5C and get 5C mulched as well, and then hopefully in the near future we can get some digestate on that, which is what we need to do. Right, and we've made it back to the farm with this, so let's get this refueled. Not a massive amount, because it's going to be sitting in the shed for a while. Oh, wow, that didn't fill it much. Oh dear. And let's see if we can fill with some digestate while we're here as well. Nope. We just need to get enough fuel in for that. And then pull this forward and see if we can get some DEF into it as well. Don't want either of those things to run out. There we are. And then this can be taken over the other side, ready for a wash as we finish things off. And I'm just going to go and get my truck and trailer and get that into our silage clamp. This isn't scheduled to be a very long rainstorm, so we should be able to get the other side of it by just after midday, I think. I want to get this tipped onto the end of this pile here. You can see where I managed to get the trailer quite a way onto this pile to get the last one tipped. And we got quite a lot of silage in this clamp. I'm really pleased with the amount of silage we managed to get on here. We've just got to even things out now. What are we up to? 800,000 litres of silage in this clamp. So actually slightly surprising we didn't manage to get to the 1,000,000 litres. We did spread out where we put it though, because we did put a load of this into the into our fermenting silo. So there has been a load that's gone into there as well. Well over 1,000,000 litres of silage or of chaff gathered. We need more money though in order to get our cotton harvester today. So I'm just going to fill this up with silage. We'll head down to the animal market, get it sold, and then we'll be able to get our cotton harvester on the way back. Before I drop off the silage though, and we get the extra cash in it, let's get this restarted over here on field 5C. I need to generate course. We are, yep, in the right area. Oh, if it moves over, which it's not going to. So let's generate that. Yeah, there we go. You can see at the top end where it says active workers, we've got that set up. We want to be down the bottom end of the field, and then that will set off from there. It'll do alternate roads as it has been doing on all the fields we've set this off. It seems to work better that way. And then with that set there, first waypoint, and away we go. That will unfold and get the job done. And with that started, we can now get this sold down the bottom here at the animal market. Nice injection of cash. I do like the ability we have to grab cash like this when we need it. It makes a big difference on the farm. We can't always grab as much as we'd like. There's actually a John Deere 8RX currently available in the sales again. It's 213,000, nearly 214,000. That is what, 20 trips? No, 10 trips of this, and emptying out most of what we have to afford that, which is, yeah, unfortunately out of our price range. I think even if we sold some of our big stuff, let's have a quick look here. Yeah, even if we sold our large tractor, yeah, oh wow, yes, because that came up in the sale, didn't it? Only 50,000 for that. Another 22,500 for that. Nice bit of sale of the silage from there. We can head back up to the farm now. We'll put this in a position to be washed, and we'll head down to the shop and grab ourselves a cotton harvester.
Before we continue, this video is brought to you in partnership with the awesome people at Apex Gaming PCs. I've teamed up with Apex Gaming PCs to create my own custom line of PCs suitable for everybody from beginner farmers to virtual farming experts. Apex Gaming PCs are offering up to $250 off your next purchase just by using my link in the description below. So go check them out.
Down to the shop, and in we go. We saw that we've got, yeah, nothing on the offers that's useful to us at the moment. That RX, 8RX is really nice, but we can't afford that. So what we can afford to do, though, is the cotton harvester. So we're going to lease this. That will be 24,735. But importantly, I want the GPS on it. I think the GPS is going to be a very important thing to have on here. So lease it with that. It's going to be a nice round 500,000, which is 25,500 to lease. It's going to cost us 5,000 per day to have this. And per hour is 10,500. So, yeah, this is quite an expensive piece of kit to have kicking around the farm. But it will slowly be paying for itself at that kind of rate. So it'll be paying off at 5 grand per day, which is not bad at all. If it was one of those, if it was a piece of kit that we ended up leasing and, you know, basically throwing that money away because we didn't have the lease to buy mod, that would be different. I'd be selling this as soon as I could, or returning this as soon as I could, because I wouldn't be selling it. But with the lease to buy mod, it is worth holding it around, especially when we're making a decent amount of income every day from our BGA and just can keep paying for both this and the forage harvester all the time. It just makes sense. The rain's hanging on a little longer than I expected, but the stripes on field 12C are looking very nice from our mulcher. We're making our slow way back up our driveway here, all the way up to field 8, which of course is ready. Field 5B here, this is not ready yet, so you can see it's still a little bit yellow, the cotton on there. We're waiting for those nice white tops to come out, and then we can collect those up. It does look like it's brightening up a little bit though, which is good news. I really want it to clear before we get stuck into the cotton. It can't be far off clearing up though. And we'll just park this here for a minute. Now, while the cotton yield isn't affected by whether it's raining or not, I think I'd rather wait a minute and get these once we're a little bit drier. I can't believe how big the stack here of this is. This is such a huge amount of silage or chaff that we've got ready to turn into silage. What have I got in here at the moment? One thing I do need to do is clear this out. If we're going to park our harvesters down this end, or put the cotton bales down this end, we do need to get rid of this old wheat that we got sticking into the floor. It seems to be a problem with barns like this in general in Farm Sim. If they have a floor like this built into them, stuff tends to fall through them. And so as a result, you end up with things like this happening where our bucket can't get under them in order to pick it up. Looks like things are brightening up now, though. The rain seems to be stopping. We can head back over here, jump in our harvester, and get started by the looks of things. There's still a few raindrops coming, but they're fewer and further between. Let's unfold our harvester like that. I'm going to turn the GPS on, but we're not going to use it yet. And then turn the harvester on. The rain has all but stopped, which is perfect timing because we can get in here now and start getting some cotton harvested. And I think this is the first year we've actually been able to do the harvester ourselves. We're 25% full, having gone most of the way around the headlands. Looking at the turning circle on this, I think we're going to have to do 3 headlands, which isn't going to give us a full harvester's worth. So that's fine. We can just keep trundling around the field here. It does take a while with this harvester. Obviously, it's not a very wide one. And we have a fairly big field here in field 8. So it's going to take it's not going to get done today, this field. However, we have got another 2 days going into November to get this done. So I'm fairly happy about where we are and how well this is going. It's going to be a fairly mellow couple of days just going around and getting this done. And then as we get into December, I think we're going to find that we suddenly get into turning these fields around as quickly as possible, because the planting season for the cotton is as early as February, I think. So we want to get that in the ground then, and that gives us a nice early start to the cotton going forwards. 2 headlands down and we are 56% full. We're looking at being somewhere then in the region of about 80-ish, maybe 83, 84% full when we reach the end of this field, or reach the end of this 3rd headland, and ready to start actually working into the field. That's pretty good news. That's a fairly healthy yield off here. Compares fairly well to last year's yield. I'm not seeing much change in the yield map as we're running over it. So all in all, our cotton is coming out fairly well. I think we're on track to maybe have around 5 bales again this year, which will be really good. First bale we're of course going to take down to the fabric factory, get that converted into fabric, down to the spinnery, get that converted into fabric, and make some extra money off that. We may even have enough time this year to get a couple of bales done into fabric, and yeah, make all the extra we can off that. This bottom corner looks like it has gone a bit of a darker orange though, by the looks of things. So maybe our yield is a little bit up on this field this year. End of the 3rd headland, and we are just over 80%, so 81%. I want to get the first bale out today. If we're looking at about 5 bales, and we can do a bale today and then do 2 bales per day for the rest of November, that will be really good. That'll be perfectly on target. So yeah, at the moment this is going pretty well. I think we're on target to get a first bale out today. We are beginning to lose the light a bit, so yeah, first bale I think out today is a really good start, and then we can get fully stuck into this cotton as we move into November and our 2nd field comes ripe as well. Coming up to a full tank, we're at 97%, and it's probably going to be by the end of this row, I think, that we have a full tank. Yeah, we're at 98, and then 99 coming up. Yep. So 20,000 litres is the total this takes. And it's getting very close, slowly into it. I don't want to run over any crop. So there. That's got it. Let's unload that. It'll let me. What is our unload? Oh, our unload is that, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. And our first cotton bale from this year is out. This is fantastic. We're finally getting to do the cotton harvest ourselves, and it looks like we're going to make a fairly good go of it this year. First bale, 20,000 litres out. Right, that is where we are going to leave it for today. So all that remains is for me to say
thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.